Okay, so this is our last lesson on application of differential equation in the, particularly in electric circuits. So our objective is to apply solutions of the first order differential equation in electric circuits. So let's say we are given this circuit. Ayan. So yung first natin is tinatawag na RL circuit, series RL. So alam nyo ba, alam nyo naman siguro, familiar naman kayo, anong ibig sabihin ng series. So when two components, ayan, so when two components are connected to each other as shown in the figure, the component R and the component L. R is the resistor and L is the conductor. So they are in series and then they are connected across a constant voltage V, which applies power to the components. So yan na lang, series lang yung consider natin dito. So if we will apply KVL on this circuit, we have the components, the resistor and inductor in series, and they are connected in also connected across a voltage V. Ayan. So if we will apply KVL, di ba? Ang total voltage will be equal to the voltage across the resistor plus the voltage across the inductor. So based sa KVL ng series, ang voltage total ay equal siya sa sum ng voltage individually ng mga components in series. So in this case, that means V total or the voltage across the two components is equal to the voltage across the resistor plus the voltage across the inductor. Ngayon. But what is the voltage across the inductor and the resistor? So, meron tayong notes dito that the voltage, the variable voltage across the resistor is Ri. So that is the resistance times the current. Okay? And then for VL, so the variable voltage across the inductor is equal to L times di over dt. So that is the first derivative of the current with respect to time. So that's the derivative of the current with respect to time multiplied by the inductance L. Ayan. So if we will substitute these two to our given KVL, so we will be arriving with this statement. So based on Kirchhoff's voltage law, which states that the sum of the voltages around the circuit must be equal to 0, or the total should be equal to the sum of the components in series. So I will get the two and then substitute them to this formula. So therefore, we'll have Ri plus LdI over dt is equal to. So this is a differential equation, and we want to find, if you want to find the solution or the current flowing through the circuit at given time t, so we will need to solve this differential equation. So yung pinaka-formula lang natin. Normally, we use integration by linear method. Okay, so minsan lagi pala ang ginagamit nating method ay linear. So depende naman sa differential equation natin. Pero most of the time we are using linear method of solving differential equation. Okay, so that is our series RL circuit. So it's a combination of a resistor and an inductor. So may question? Okay, kung wala kayong question. So this is our, okay, so next one is yung RC naman. So RC, R stands for the resistor, and then this time, ang naka-series naman sa kanya is a capacitor. So capacitors are used to store energy. Ayan, so as discussed in your physics. So yun, nag-store siya ng energy. Ayan. So these are capacitors in series with the resistor. And again, they are connected to a voltage source, V. Same lang naman din. So if we will perform KVL across the combination, so that means the total voltage will be equal to the voltage across the resistor plus the voltage across the capacitor. Okay? So meron tayong notes din dito. So yung VR natin is the same. So that's the resistance times the current. Pero yung voltage across the capacitor is equal to 1 over c times the integral of I dt. So that's the integral of I dt. So if you could recall in your physics, ayan, di ba current is equal to dq over dt. So that's the first derivative of the equation of the charge q. So that's dq with respect to time dt. So I is equal to dq over dt. So if you will cross multiply dt, ayan, so magkakaroon tayo ng dq is equal to I dt. And if you will get the integral of both sides, so we will get I is equal to the integral of I dt. So if you will substitute I and Q to this equation, ayan, substitute natin sila. So we will have this. Okay? So substitute natin dito yung I at saka yung Q. So therefore, yung I na to, mag-class, pag-correct na lang. So this is dq over dt. It's not di over dt. Tama ba? So substitute natin dito yung I, wherein I is equal to dq over dt. So therefore, this is r dq over dt. And the integral of I dt, that's equal to q. So therefore, this is also q. And this is not 0. It should be b. Okay, so ito yung nasa photocop, nasa screen ko yung tamang sagot. Tamang equation. Nandito. Okay, so let me remove that edit one. Ayan. So yung equation natin is r dq over dt plus q over c is equal to v. Okay, so dalawang equation natin, RL is Ri plus LDI over dt is equal to v. And then for RC, so that's R dq over dt plus q over c is equal to v. So normally, yung mga equation natin na nagiging silang linear equation with respect to I or Q. Okay, I or Q, and then we'll just solve them using linear equations. Okay, any question? Okay, wala yung question, we'll have our first example. Ayan. Consider the RC circuit which has 5 ohms resistor, 1 over 50 farad capacitor. For farad is the unit of the capacitance, and a voltage of 100 volts. If the capacitor is uncharged initially, determine the current in the circuit for 0.5 seconds. So we are given that the resistance is 5 ohms and the capacitance is 1 over 50 farad and the voltage is 100. So at T is equal to 0, the charge is 0. So ang tinatanong is what is I when T is equal to 0.5 seconds? So what is the current after 0.5 seconds? Okay, so this is RC. So RC natin, so that's equal to VR plus VC is equal to V. But VR is RI plus 1 over C, the integral of I dt is equal to V. Okay. But what is I? So I is equal to dq over dt. But if you will cross multiply, so this is dq is equal to I dt. And then if you will integrate both sides, q is equal to the integral of I dt. So if you will substitute this and this with our equation, so we'll have r dq over dt plus 1 over c times q is equal to v. And then let's substitute. So we'll have 5 dq over dt plus the charge is q over, yan. So 1 over 50 farad. Huwag na natin lagay pala. So that's equal to 100. Okay? And then, i-simplify natin. So para maging linear siya, so kailangan tanggalan natin yung 5 na yon. So let's multiply the equation by 1 over 5. So I'll have dq over dt plus, okay, simplify. So, tama ba ako? 10? Ayan. So, tama ba yung pag-simplify ko? So, that's a 1 divided by 5 over 50. Okay, so yeah, that's 10. And then 100 over 5, so that is 20. Ayan. Okay? So, that means, okay, so what is our P of T? Okay, P of T is 10. And then Q of T is equal to 20. So this is linear equation. So the integrating factor is equal to E raised to the integral of 10 dt. So therefore, the integrating factor is equal to E raised to 10t. So that's our integrating factor. Okay, now let's solve our equation. So di ba naalala nyo, ano ang sagot natin? So the integrating factor times Q is equal to the integral of the integrating factor times q of t dt plus c. Ayan. So that's e raised to 10t times q is equal to the integral of e raised to 10t times ang q of t natin is 20t plus c. Ayan. So let's integrate this. Dt pala to. Dt. Ayan. So let's integrate it. So e raised to 10t times q is equal to, so itatabi ko muna yung 20. So that's 1 over 10 e raised to 10t plus c. Okay. And let's divide this by e raised to 10t. Kasi kailangan lang natin siya in terms of q para mawala ito. So mawawala din ito. So q then is equal to 10 over 20 over 10 is 2 plus c e raised to negative 10t. Okay, so this is our general solution. Ayan. So Q is equal to 2 plus CE raised to negative 10. Okay? Now, let's apply the condition. So, meron tayong condition daw. So, sabi dito, capacitor is initially uncharged. So, therefore, at T is equal to 0, the charge is also 0. So, 0 is equal to 2 plus CE raised to negative 10 times 0. So, this will be equal to 1. So, C is equal to negative 2. So, therefore, Q is equal to 2 minus 2 e raised to negative 10t. So, this is our particular solution in getting the equation in getting the amount of charge in the capacitor at any given time t. Okay. May question? Okay. Next. Ang hinahanap natin, so what is I when t is equal to 0.5 seconds? Yeah. So what's the value of I when t is equal to 0.5 seconds? Okay, class. So nakuha natin is equation of Q. But what is I in terms of Q? But I is dq over dt. Ayan. So I is dq over dt, but we are given the equation of Q. So ang gagawin natin is you get the first derivative of the charge. So I then will be equal to, so derivative nito 0 minus 2 e raised to negative 10t times negative 10. Or therefore, I is equal to 20 e raised to negative 10t. Okay, so this is the equation of the current. Okay, so let's apply then. So t is equal to 0.5 seconds. So I is equal to 20. E raised to negative 10 times 0.5. So what is the current? Hmm. Is 0.135 ampere. Okay. So any question? Okay, kung wala yung question, we'll proceed to our next example. Wala. Okay, wala kayong question? So let's proceed to our next example. Okay, a series RL circuit with 50 ohm resistance and 10 Henry inductance has a constant voltage of 100 volts. There is no current flowing initially. So find A, the current at 0.5 seconds, B, the expressions for VR and VL, and the time at which VR is equal to VL. So what is the time kung saan yung voltage ng R ay equal siya sa L? Ayan. Okay? Hmm. So we're given that the resistance is equal to 50 ohms and then the inductance is 10 Henry. Ayan. So yung VR plus VL is equal to V. So yung V natin is 100 volts. So therefore, this is Ri plus L di over dt is equal to V. So let's substitute. So R is 50, 50I plus 10 di over dt is equal to 100. So i-arrange lang natin. So 10 di over dt plus 50i is equal to 100. So divide this by 10. So di over dt plus 5i is equal to 10. Okay, so what's our P of t? So P of t is 5 and then yung Q of t natin is equal to 10. Ayan. So therefore, the integrating factor is equal to e raised to the integral of 5 dt. So the integrating factor is equal to e raised to 5t. Ayan. Okay, e raised to 5t. So dito na lang siya isosolve, no? So applying ano, uh, linear equation. So e raised to 5t times I is equal to the integral of e raised to 5t times 10 dt plus c. So that's the formula of our linear equation. So e raised to 5t times I. So what's the integral of this? So 10 times 1 over 5 e raised to 5t plus c. Ayan. Okay, so we'll simplify. So e raised to 5t times I is equal to 2e raised to 5t plus c. So let's divide this by e raised to 5t. So cancel and then we cancel. So therefore, I is equal to 2 plus ce raised to negative 5t. So this is our general solution. Okay? Question? Ayan. Okay, next is we need to apply our condition that at time is equal to 0. So what is the current? So naka-mention naman dyan, there's no current flowing initially. Okay? So therefore, current is 0. So that means 0 is equal to 2 plus CE raised to negative 5 times 0. So this is 1. So therefore, C is equal to negative 2. So that means our particular solution is I is equal to 2 minus 2 e raised to negative 5t. Ayan. So ito yung ating particular solution. So, may question? Now, so we can answer now. We can start answering the first question. So our first question is, what is the current if t is 0.5 seconds? So what is the current when t is equal to 0.5 seconds? So I is equal to 2 minus 2 e raised to negative 5 times 0.5. So I is equal to 1.836. Okay, 1.836 amperes. 1.836 amperes. Okay, my question? Mahirap ba? What do you think? I need to hear from you. Wala? Okay lang? Ayos lang? Okay, so let's continue. Okay, next. Letter B. What is find the expressions of V and VR and VL? Okay, so expressions. So letter B. What is VR? So VR is RI. So therefore, VR is equal to, what's our R? R is 50. 50 times, okay, syempre ito yung kukunin natin. So that's 2 minus 2e raised to negative 5t. So therefore, VR is 100 minus 100 e raised to negative 5t. Ayan. Okay? So that is our VR. Okay, next, how about VL? So VL is equal to L di over dt. So VL then is equal to, so what's L? L is 10 Henry times, okay, get the derivative of this one. So that's 0 minus 2 e raised to negative 5t times negative 5. So VL is equal to, so that is positive 10. So 100 e raised to negative 5t. Okay? Okay. So, and the last one is, what is the time at which VR is equal to VL? So we're looking for, letter C, what time when VR is equal to VL? So what's VR? So that's 100 minus 100 e raised to negative 5t is equal to, VL is 100 e raised to negative 5t. Ayan. So transpose natin ito. So magiging 200 e raised to negative 5t is equal to 100. So divide this by 200. So e raised to negative 5t is equal to 0.5. And then we perform ln on both sides. Okay, so we'll have negative 5t is equal to ln of 0.5. So divide this by negative 5. So the time is equal to 0.1386 seconds. Ayan. Okay. There are another ways. There are another way of solving it. Okay, class. Kailan mag-equal, kung mag-equal yung VR and VL, ano dapat yung value nila? Okay, so given naman tayo ng voltage, voltage is 50. So mag-equal sila ng 50-50. So that means, para mag-equal sila, so 50-50 sila kasi the total should be 100. So pwede namang i-substitute na dito sa equation na to yung 50 and then get the value of t. Or pwede rin naman dito i-substitute niyo yung equation, yung 50 dito to get the value of t. Okay, so we will have the same answer. Okay? Ako sinunod ko lang yung condition that they are equal. So I didn't find any value. But since given naman tayo ng value niya, which is 100 volts, so we can naman use that one. Kasi di ba, VL plus VR, VL and VR should be equal to, you add them, it should be equal to 100. So para mag-equal sila, 50-50 sila. Okay, so kailan sila 50-50? Ayan, 0.1386 seconds. Any question? Okay, so wala. Okay, let's proceed to our next example. Ayan. Okay, so our next example is, ayan. Consider the RC circuit with resistance of 2 ohms, capacitance is 1/8 farad, and the voltage is equal to 10 cosine 3t. Okay, if the charge is equal to t is equal to 0, the charge is equal to 1 coulomb. Okay, determine the current in the circuit for t is equal to zero point 0.5 seconds. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we are given the resistance, which is 2 ohms. The capacitance is 1/8 farad. And the voltage is equal to 10 cosine 3t. And then at t is equal to 0, the charge is given at 1 coulomb. Ayan, so that's a condition. Okay, so we're looking for the current. So what is the current when t is equal to zero point 0.5 seconds? Okay, so this is VR plus VC is equal to V. So this is Ri plus 1 over C. The integral of I dt is equal to V. Okay. So alam natin na yung I is equal to dq over dt, and then yung q is equal to the integral of I dt. So therefore, this is R dq over dt plus q over c is equal to v. So let's substitute. So R is 2. So 2 dq over dt plus q natin is q lang over 1 over 8 is equal to 10 cosine 3t. Ayan. So let's multiply this by 1/2. So cancel that one. So dq over dt plus, what's that? What is 1 divided by 1/8 divided by 2? So that's 4. 4q is equal to 5 cosine 3t. Tama ba? Ayan. Okay, so what's our P of T? So that's equal to 4. And then yung Q of T natin ay 5 cosine 3t. So therefore, the integrating factor is equal to E raised to the integral of 4 dt. So the integrating factor is equal to E for t. Okay, so let's get our general solution. So therefore, E raised to 4t times Q is equal to the integral of E raised to 4t times 10, sorry, 5. 5 cosine 3t dt plus C. Ayan. Okay, class. Naku. So we will have E raised to 4t times Q is equal to 5 times the integral of E raised to 4t cosine 3t dt plus C. Okay, pagdating dito, wala tayong choice kung hindi mag-by parts. Ayan. Okay, kung magba-by parts tayo, so applyan natin siya ng liyate. Mga tatandaan nyo pa ba? So itong part na to, pag i-integrate natin, so iba-by parts natin. So kung apply natin ng liyate, ano ang magiging U natin? So U is, okay, so that is a combination of trigo and exponential. So U natin is yung trigo, so that's cosine 3t. At yung dv natin will be e raised to 4t dt. Okay? So ano yung du natin? So diderive natin, so it's negative sine 3t times 3 dt. Tama ba ako? Negative and then derivative. Chain rule. So V naman natin will be 1/4 e raised to 40. Okay, so applying the formula, may formula natin. So ang formula natin ay UV, so that's 1/4 e raised to 40 times cosine 3t minus the integral of V du. So 1/4 e raised to 40 times negative 3 sine 3t dt. Simplify muna natin. So that's 1/4 e raised to 40 cosine 3t plus 3/4 the integral of e raised to 40 sine 3t dt. Okay? And again, okay, so we will perform again ito by parts. Okay, so ano magiging u natin? So u natin ngayon is sine 3t and then yung dv natin will be e raised to 40 dt. So yung du natin will be, derive nyo to, so cosine 3t times 3 dt at yung v natin is also 1/4 e raised to 40. So therefore, ang sagot natin ay uv, so that means 1/4 e raised to 40 sine 3t minus the integral of v du. So 1/4 e raised to 40 times cosine 3t 3 dt. So simplify natin. So that's 1/4 e raised to 40 sine 3t minus 3/4 the integral of e raised to 40 cosine 3t dt. Ayan. Okay? Okay, class. Bumalik na siya sa dati. So bumalik na siya sa dun sa dati niyang itsura. Di ba pag ganyan is, ang ginagawa natin? So ang ginagawa natin is tinatranspose na lang natin siya. Okay? So isi-simplify muna natin. So kukunin ko muna yung equation na yon. So that is the integral of e raised to 40 cosine 3t dt. So that's equal to, so equal siya dito. Equal siya dito sa buong ito kasama yung 3/4 at saka ito. Okay? Yung buong yon kasama ito, pati yung 3/4. So that's equal to 1/4 e raised to 40 cosine 3t minus, hindi pala, plus 3/4 times the quantity. So ito kasi is itong buong ito. 1/4 e raised to 40 sine 3t minus 3/4 the integral of e raised to 40 cosine 3t dt. Yan. Okay. So we simplify natin. So that's equal to 1/4 e raised to 40 cosine 3t. And then distribute natin to. Plus 3/16 e raised to 40 sine 3t minus 9/16 the integral of e raised to 40 cosine 3t dt. Okay. Okay? And then ito is itatranspose natin dito. So ito, itatranspose natin doon. So magiging siyang 1 plus 9/16. So what's 1 plus 9/16? Okay, 25/16. The integral of e 40 cosine 3t dt is equal to 1/4 e raised to 40 cosine 3t plus 3/16 e raised to 4t sine 3t. Ayan. And then, i-divide lang natin siya ng 25 over 16. So, therefore, the integral of e raised to 4t cosine 3t dt is equal to 4 over 25 e raised to 4t cosine 3t plus 3 over 25 e raised to 4t sine 3t. Ayan. Malapit na tayong matapos. Patapos na tayo. Okay, so kailangan ko na yung original. So therefore, ang sagot natin ito, ipapasok lang natin siya dito. Okay, so ang sagot natin ngayon ay e raised to 4t times q is equal to 5 times 4 over 25 e raised to 4t cosine 3t plus 3 over 25 e raised to 4t sine 3t plus c. Plus c. Okay, pagsasabay-sabay na natin. So, i-divide natin to ng e raised to 4t. So, therefore, q is equal to cancel ito. Saka cancel yun. What's 25, 4 over 25 times 5? 4/5. So, 4 over 5 cosine 3t plus 3 over 5 sine 3t plus ce raised to negative 4t. Ay, so, ito yung ating general solution. Ayan. Okay? General solution. So, na-imagine nyo ba kung may test kayong ganyan? By parts. Okay. So, hindi pa tayo tapos kasi meron pa tayong, wala pa tayo sa sagot. So, meron tayong condition when t is equal to 0, ang q is equal to 1 column. So, therefore, that's 1 is equal to 4 over 5 cosine 3 times 0 plus 3 over 5 sine 3 times 0 plus ce raised to negative 4 times 0. So this is 1, but sine 0 is 0. So cosine 0 is 1. So that's c is equal to 1 minus 4 over 5. 1/5. C is 1/5. So therefore, Q is equal to 4 over 5 cosine 3t plus 3 over 5 sine 3t plus 4 over plus 1/5 e raised to negative 40. So this is our particular solution. Okay, that's 1/5. Okay, that's our particular solution. Pero ang tanong, malayo pa, ay, ano ang current, ano ang I when t is equal to 0.5 seconds? Remember, I is equal to dq over dt. So that's equal to, you derive. So 4 over 5 negative sine 3t times 3 plus 3 over 5 cosine 3t times 3 plus 1/5 e raised to negative 4t times negative 4t negative. So yung equation ng current natin, current is equal to negative 12 over 5 sine 3t plus 9 over 5 cosine 3t minus 4 over 5 e raised to negative 4t. Okay, so apply natin. So what is I when t is equal to 2.5? So I, don't forget, your calculus should be in radian. Ay, ang sagot ko negative. Oh, bakit kaya? Negative point 2.375 amperes. Is that possible? Nag-negative yung cosine. Possible naman ng negative. Ibig sabihin, baliktad lang naman yung direction ng current. Okay, so that's my answer for now. Ayan. So may question ba? Medyo mahaba pala to. Sobra. Okay, so kung wala na kayong question, so that's it for today.